The 2019 general elections this year. Watch out as our 6 governorship candidates on one stage make their case live on PRTV Channel 29, Channel 113 on Star Times, Channel 504 on Free TV.
Also catch us live on Peace FM, KT FM, Highland FM and TNT FM. For online streaming, join us at www.ptvng.com/live and www.plateaudebate.simplicity.com.ng and on our Facebook page, Plateau Debate.
Date is Saturday, 2nd February 2019. Time 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Organized by the Plateau Debate Group. For details, follow us on our social media platforms at Plateau Debate on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Powered by Plateau Gubernatorial Debate. Get involved in the democratic process.
Before we proceed with the debate, I'd like to introduce the convener of the Plateau Debate Group, Dr. Daniel Mesha, for his opening remark.
His Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, the candidate of the APC, and the Deputy Governor of Plateau State, the candidate of the Social Democratic Party, the candidate of the Alliance for New Nigeria, the candidate of Action Democratic Party, and the candidate of the All Blending Party, and every distinguished person seated here. Permit me to breach protocols, so that we'll just go straight to the business of today. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this historic occasion in our democratic evolution, building on the experience of Maiden Outing in 2015. We have taken this a notch higher in many areas to enrich the event. We know that political debates are a mainstay of advanced democracies, and we are committed to ensuring that this becomes part of our own democratic culture on the plateau. Members of the debate group have worked round the clock to organize, generate content and fund this event. It is a sacrifice we gladly embrace for a better plateau. We refuse to join the fray in endless exchanges on our leadership challenges. Instead, we decided to create a platform to effect a paradigm shift. I wish to thank candidates of all the political parties who have honored the invitation for this debate. Plateau voters are eager to hear from you in this capacity, and also your policy exhibition to enable them to decide on who gets their vote in the general elections. To our partners, you can see their logos there. They have been wonderful. We are grateful you came to our aid with financial and technical support, without which this event would not have been possible. Thank you very much. I wish us all an engaging debate. Thank you.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants of this debate, I'd like to introduce the anchor for the day. He's no other person than a veteran in the broadcasting industry. His voice has traversed the nooks and crannies of Plateau State and other parts of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the anchor for this debate, none other person than Mr. Dan Malone. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you, Kaskida. And having gone through 2 decades of an uninterrupted democracy in Nigeria, ours cannot be said to be a nascent democracy anymore. The 2nd of March this year gives us an opportunity for the electorate in Plateau State to select and choose a visionary, purposeful, and credible leadership that will pilot the affairs of the state for the next 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, as it's practiced in over 60 democracies worldwide, election debate as a pre-election activity has come to be a norm. And that is what's happening in Plateau State today. This is the 2nd edition of the Plateau Gubernatorial Debate 2019 edition. You're welcome once more to this program. We have here 6 candidates jostling and asking you to select them to represent the leadership of this Plateau state that we have. And we have right now on the podium, alphabetically, that is to say, so let me introduce the candidate for the All Blending Party, ABP. He is Mr. Samuel Danauta Kiarshik.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
We'd like to introduce also the candidate for the Action Democratic Party, ADP, Brigadier General John Temlong, retired.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
We have for the Alliance for New Nigeria, ANN, Mr. Alex Ladan. For the All Progressive Congress, APC, and also the incumbent governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Barrister Simon Babola Long. We are expecting the representative of the People's Democratic Party, or the candidate for the PDP, that is, Lieutenant General Jeremiah Timbut Husseini, retired. For the Social Democratic Party, SDP, we have Mr. Godfrey Miri. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that these are credible people and you will choose amongst them. But what we're going to do today is to know them better. And so we will have self-introduction by the candidates themselves. And so we're going to start with the candidate of the All Blending Party, ABP, who will tell us what he stands for and why, who he is and why he wants to contest, or why he wants to be the governor of Plateau State for the next 4 years. Please put your hands together one more time for the ABP candidate, Mr. Samuel Danauta Kiarshik. Let us know you, sir.
Thank you very much, Plateau, and I count it a great privilege to be standing before you all this day, and the whole world is watching this very moment. My name is Samuel Danauta Kiarshik, and I'm the flag bearer of the All Blending Party for the governorship race of Plateau State, just some few weeks away from here. There are key issues that are making, or that has informed our decision to run for the office of the governor. Plateau State is not supposed to be where she is right now. We have seen from 1999 to this very moment the same people running government. We have not been able to make a progressive, developmental stride. The same people have not moved out, and this is a time for a new breed without greed to come on board so that Plateau State will be transformed. There are 2 mandates that we have as a party and as a candidate for the journey of the transformation of Plateau State. The first mandate is to bring God back into government. And this is simply because we realize that when God is put at the center of governance, then we can find our direction pivotally to transform Plateau. The second mandate for Plateau on this journey is to end poverty on the Plateau by operating the government beyond the subvention. Plateau State is too rich to depend on federal allocation that comes from Abuja every other month to run our operations within the state. If you know a little about the history of Plateau, you get to know that the wealth on the Plateau built Lagos, the wealth on the Plateau built the entire Liverpool, and today we have minerals on the Plateau that can sustain this country. So we're not supposed to depend on the subvention. So the second mandate is to end poverty on the Plateau by operating government beyond subvention. There are 4 cardinal points that we are running with. That is a summary of these 2 mandates. The first cardinal point is justice for the people of Plateau State. I've often told people when we see, placards like I want peace, I'm saying no, and okay. Justice, human capital development, industrialization, and security of life.
Thank you, Mr. Kiarshik. Thank you very much. And that's it. Thank you very much. Right now we're going on to the representative of the Action Democratic Party, ADP, Brigadier General John Temlong, retired. Please introduce yourself and tell us why you want to be governor of Plateau State, sir.
Thank you very much, the moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm General John Temlong, a war-tested general who is digital, who has conquered and who comes with an unassailable national security consideration to tackle the myriad of security problems that has bedeviled Plateau over the past 18-19 years. I am here with a mandate to put Plateau first and to face squarely the security problems that has faced Plateau and to bring sustainable peace on the Plateau. Doing that will involve a second mandate of good governance. Governance issues are the core of some of our security problems in this country. And what we intend to do is to run a citizen-centered government that believes that citizens are involved in governance before elections, during elections, and after elections. That means it is the aggregation of what the people or citizens want that the government implements. Government policies have to be bottom-up, citizen-centered. Now with that, we will come to developmental issues, where we will develop the state and get this back to its proper place. Once there is security and peace and sustainable peace, there is good governance. Development will come naturally. And so our teeming youth that are on the streets, our women that are all over the place, not able to make two ends meet, the youth that are into drugs and into all sorts of forms of prostitution and the rest, will be gainfully employed. They will be given back hope that is not there now. And so what we want to do is to bring hope, secure today and bring hope for our future. That's what I am here for. And I am sure, and I thank you that we will do that by the grace of God. Thank you.
Thank you, General. Well, I would like to hear from the candidate for Alliance for New Nigeria, ANN, who will tell us who he is and why he wants to be governor of Plateau State, Mr. Alex Ladan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, my name is Alex Ladan. I'm just simply a community developer. That's all I am. Now, at the risk of sounding very political and at the risk of being misunderstood, I would like to claim the indulgence of my co-contestants and the good people of Plateau State, wherever you are, to please stand. Let us acknowledge and recognize those that we have lost as a result of crisis, as a result of attacks. For us, even the dead still matter. Please, just a moment out of my time. I understand my time is counted. May God Almighty grant us peace. Thank you. Plateau is a project that belongs to all of us. My ambition this evening is not to impress you with sound words. It's not to impress you with promises. My ambition is to have a heart-to-heart conversation with the people of Plateau. We have come because we believe that we are such a blessed set of people. Looking at it from every angle, is it natural resources? Is it human capital? And I believe very well that every of the problems that we have today are hinged on one thing: human capital development. We intend, by the grace of God, to ensure that we have an all-round human capital development program, one that will include not just people who are within the four walls of the university or polytechnics or any of our higher institutions, but even artisans. So human capital is key to us.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you very much. I would like to hear from the candidate for the All Progressive Congress, APC, Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bakola Long. I think we need to check your microphone, sir. The technical crew will work on that. While we're waiting to do that, I'd like to read a little bit of some of the debate rules so that we can get familiar with what is happening. You may be seated, sir. To ensure equal participation and eliminate bias and also create an atmosphere for healthy engagement, we are using the following rules to guide our practice today. Candidates are at the moment doing the self-introduction, and we've given them 2 minutes to do that. And in response to our key sponsors' request, the debate will be in 2 parts. In part 1, the aspirants will be asked questions, and I will be doing that. And in part 2, questions will be invited from audience, the live audience, also through social media. The debate will be anchored by me as it is, and I'll moderate this process, and I have the prerogative to stand down any questions that are sent in via social media that we think is inappropriate, it is personal, or injurious to any of the candidates. I'll continue with more on the debate rules after we hear the introductions of the candidates. I believe if we have fixed the microphone for the APC candidates, we can have the introduction. If we're still working on that, I'll go ahead with the rules of the debate. Candidates will stand behind these podiums that they have here, and throughout the duration of the debate, they will be behind their podiums respectively. And all candidates will respond to the same set of questions. Aspirants are expected to respond to each question within 2 minutes. The timer will be strategically positioned, or it is strategically positioned at the moment, and they can all view it on the board over there. And that is to guide them in knowing how much time they have left to express themselves. A buzzer will be used to stop of the candidate at the expiration of the full 2 minutes. And I can weigh in if we have a little bit of a stubborn candidate trying to go beyond the time. But to be fair, we're just going to let them know that it is time to give the candidate a chance to continue. There will be a provision for rebuttals. A candidate shall be given 1 minute for a rebuttal. Note that, however, that the candidate is allowed a rebuttal only when there's a direct reference to him. Every candidate will have 1 minute to do that. Now, the audience, if you want to participate, of course, like we said, you can ask questions. You can use this number for sending an SMS, and our team of the content development team will see through that and bring them over for us to read on your behalf. And we shall introduce you as well and let the audience know that you asked that question. Now, the number to use is 090-588-55700. That is 090-588-55700. And you can also send messages via social media, that's through Facebook at www.facebook.com/Plateau Debate Group. Our Twitter handle is @Plateau Debate, and the email address you can use to send us a mail is platoedebate@gmail.com. We crave your indulgence to please put your phones on silence, or better still, shut them off completely through to this program, if you will. But you can put them on silent mode. And now we are expecting that we shall all, behave as decent people that we are, and we will respect all the candidates and everyone here. We'll try to say that let's try not to have issues that have to do with cheering, jeering, or booing. Let us listen to the candidates and know exactly what they're saying so we can make that decision at the end of the day. Now, we don't allow inappropriate language during the debate, and candidates are strongly encouraged to respect each other's opinions during the debate, even if they disagree with them. Candidates, posters or jingles we have said, and we thank you very much for not bringing your posters or jingles around here, and that's a strong indication that we are going to have a fantastic debate. Now, candidates are therefore encouraged to carefully select their supporters as you have done, and we are seeing that you have brought your supporters correctly and everybody is seated, and we're going to go through this debate program accordingly and nicely. no candidate or member of the audience is allowed to heckle or interrupt the candidates while they are speaking. Candidates are not allowed to ask each other questions directly. That's what we're going to do. And given that this is a live event, please, we expect that you'll be seated accordingly and be decent in your response to what it is that's happening here. Now, each candidate will be given 3 minutes at the end to cap up whatever they have to say about their candidacy and their desire to be the governor of Plateau State. Now, this is the sequence of questioning. The candidates to respond to the first question will be chosen by a random ballot, and subsequently the first aspirant to respond to the next question will be from left to right. We're going clockwise. And every candidate will have a chance to be the first to answer at least one question, or be the last to answer a question. These are some of the rules that we're using to guide this debate. Please welcome the SDP candidate, Mr. Godfrey Mary.
Good evening, my good people of Plateau. I am Godfrey Samson Mary. I am a chartered accountant by profession. I am in this race because I believe that the fortunes of Plateau have been in the decline. For the last 18 years, we have had civil strife, and that has completely destroyed our economy. As a private sector man, I believe I'll bring my experience to bear to get the people of Plateau productive once more. Because for any economy to grow, everybody on Plateau must be productive. For so long as our people in the villages are not productive, there is nothing in just the headquarters of Plateau that will turn the economy around. I have the experience, the private sector experience, to create wealth, and if you create wealth, you generate employment. Our biggest problem today is we have thousands of our youths, graduates, that are doing nothing because they have no access to capital. I believe the time has come for us on the Plateau to get our youths back, to ensure that all our youths are productive. We have a lot of them who have brilliant ideas, and the world has moved forward because of brilliant ideas. It is for the government of Plateau to ensure that we get our youths back to work in the private sector, particularly because its limitation as to the number of jobs any government can create. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Godfrey Mary. That was quite apt, and he actually ran below the timing. Thank you very much. We like that. Right now, the candidate for the All Progressive Congress, APC, Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bakolalo, please, may we know you and why you want to run again for Governor of Plateau State.
Thank you very much, and good evening, Plateau. First of all, let me also pray, because our Vice President had a crash this morning. Our prayer is that God will continue to protect him. Secondly, to also pray, especially for Plateau people who would have also been part of this debate, but they are no longer with us. May their souls rest in peace. Now, why would I want to come contest again? I came from a very poor family, from a village, and through hard work, obtained a degree in law. Through hard work, obtained a degree and a master's degree in law. Started legal practice and was elected to the House of Assembly. I served the House of Assembly for 7 years, and 6.5 of it as the Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly. I was called again to serve at the time when things were difficult in Plateau, most difficult, when everything was down. And someone said, as a general, I will call myself a civilian general, a democratic general, an apostle of good governance. An apostle of good governance. That was where we started, because things were hopeless. Education was not there. Agriculture was not there. Youth were all roaming around the streets. And the insecurity, there was no hope for it. But by the grace of God, within the 3.5 years, we were able to support the courage through diligence to do everything possible and even get to the point where we have started projects, and some of these projects are left on the way. Why I'm coming back is that I hate living abandoned projects. I inherited abandoned projects and I completed abandoned projects. And within this time, the difficult moments are already gone. We are now moving into completing some of the projects that we kept on ground. If I don't complete them, how am I sure that the person that is coming behind me will do the same that I did to someone who didn't want to complete abandoned projects? So the good people of Plateau State, I would say that with hope, our coming back is no longer a rescue mission. The first one was a rescue mission. The second one is that together in Plateau State, let us cooperate under a very peaceful atmosphere, and with God's grace, we will do more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the candidate for the APC. And now, at the moment, we have to tweak this packaging. Earlier we said there's going to be a random ballot to select whoever is going to start. But since we are going to have everyone answering every question, and each candidate will have a chance to be the first to answer a question, as well as being the last to answer some question, we will just go with the same process that we started. That's to say, we will start alphabetically as well. If you agree with me, I'll call on the All Blending Party ADP candidate, Mr. Samodan Altakashi, to respond to this question about the economy. According to Budget State of States 2018 report, Plateau State is number 31 on the Fiscal Sustainability Index, meaning that without the federal allocation, the state will be unable to meet its financial obligations. The report states that only 20% of the state's income comes from internally generated revenue sources. What specific strategies will you employ to raise the IGR of Plateau State in order to achieve fiscal sustainability?
Thank you very much for that question. First of all, I'd like to explain to Plateau people what budget means by saying, according to that sustainability index, the Plateau State is rated number 31. What that simply means is, if the federal subvention stops coming to all the states in Nigeria, 36 minus 31, Plateau State is going to be the number 5 state to collapse completely. That's what that means. It simply means that we have not been able to, as a state, to harness properly our economic potential. But not to talk about that, that's what the question is all about. We have economic potentials in the state that has not been properly harnessed. For example, we have cash crops, we have minerals. Earlier on I said our second mandate for this journey is to end poverty on the plateau by operating the government beyond subvention. I'll take, for instance, this is a very popular example I've always given in the public. 9 local governments on the plateau cultivate Irish potato on a commercial quantity. Every government that came from 1999 up to this moment collected money from Africa Development Bank or federal executive allocation in the name of potato processing. We still don't have one potato processing on the plateau. We have, from Irish potato you can make chips, from Irish potato you can make flour, from which you can make bread, you can make biscuits and other things. But ultimately, from Irish potato you can extract starch that pharmaceutical companies need as thickness in drugs manufacturing. We have lead in southern Plateau. Talking about increasing the IGR of the state. Lead is 75% the raw material needed for the manufacturing of batteries. I have a first degree in pure chemistry, and I have understood the chemical, the industrial, and the reactional activities of lead. If we can just look inward, first of all, look at the economic potentials we have on the plateau, look at the human potential and maximize them, Plateau will go outside of the subvention and then depend on herself. These are just few examples.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kiachi. Now, the candidate for Action Democratic Party, Brigadier General Temlong, can you please tell us what specific strategies you would employ to raise the IGR of Plateau State to achieve fiscal sustainability? Please put on the microphone.
Hello. Thank you very much. Your time shouldn't have started when
this thing was not on. Now, there are two strategies you look at, the short-term and the long-term strategy to put back Plateau. As it is now, if Plateau were an independent country, it is a failed state. And so you couldn't have even had anything to do with having a state on. Probably would have been like Somalia. Now, you look at, we have agricultural potentials in this country. Plateau is blessed with so many exotic vegetables and fruits and plants in the state. Our problem is that we have not been able to lay out the infrastructure that will enable our citizens, our teeming youth, the over 50% women that are available here to use. So you put up infrastructure for them so that they don't even just farm alone in the rainy season, but dry season. If you go to a country like Vietnam, they don't farm in the rainy season. What they do is that they harvest rainwater during rainy season and use them in the dry season for farming. That's when you get a higher yield. And when you do that, you are able to export. We were exporting, Helena farms were exporting horses from here to Europe. They were making dollars. Today we are not doing that. All we need to do is to put back our agricultural potentials into place and put the children back. Now you need to put our tourism industry back, and that is anchored on security. Our tourism is dead. Our Jos International Market, which was the biggest or the best in West Africa, is dead. You put it back. That market has a potential of having about 750,000 people visiting every week. And the value chain from that is such that all the food vendors, the hotel industries, the taxis, and so on will move on. The internally generated revenue that will come out from this market, people coming from other parts of the world to this place will become a tourist haven. We need security back to put back our economy in place. Thank you very much. That's what I'm there for.
Thank you very much, Brigadier Temlong. Now, Alliance for New Nigeria, Mr. Alex Ladan, can you please tell us your views on how to improve the IGR of Plateau State?
I believe very well that if you want to be the governor of Plateau State on May 29, you should have started to work. And that is exactly what we have been doing. One, according to the same budget report, out of an annual revenue of 2.9 billion naira, Plateau State spends or an recurrent expenditure of around 5.7 billion naira. And a chunk of it, over 3 billion of it goes for overhead costs. That tells that we must find a way of reducing the cost of governance. That is one. And this is what we intend to do to boost the economy. Because we believe that as a state, we have the capacity to exist as a nation. And we have started to engage people. It will interest the people of Plateau to know that Toyota Motor Company had chosen Jos without anybody lobbying them to set up a plant sometime in 2000. And unfortunately for the crisis, they couldn't do that. Now, we have established communication with Toyota with a view to see that we set up this factory right here on the Plateau. We know that Nigeria is a huge market. Secondly, Plateau State boasts of the best young granite in the world, and Nigeria loses $4 billion annually importing granite. We can process even if it means to meet up the Nigerian market. Thirdly, we have engaged people in the area of agriculture, and we were told by our consultation with them that Plateau State can export 4 containers of tiger nuts, what we call aya. And avocado is also grown here. The species that were grown here, the world cannot resist it. So the potentials are huge for us in the area of agriculture, in the area of mining, and we have also engaged Boeing. Boeing is an aircraft manufacturing company with a view to having a state carrier. Plateau State, we know it today that carrier comes maybe 3-4 times in a week. We intend to ensure that we do that, and we have started to work already.
Thank you, Mr. Alex Ladan. That's for the ANN. I crave your indulgence, like we said during the rules for this. We do not encourage cheering, booing, and jeering. Please, if we can maintain that, that would be wonderful, so we can hear what the candidates are saying. Thank you very much. I'd like to call on the candidate for the All Progressive Congress, APC, as Right Honorable Barrister Marco Lalong, to let us know how he will improve the IGR of Plateau State with its
talking about improvement. We improved already. We are going to move from there. Because economy cannot strive in an atmosphere of chaos, in an atmosphere of insecurity. When we came into office, business were already taking their flight. A business venture like even NASCO was already moving out of this state. But first of all, you will always take time to ensure that there is peace and tranquility in the state. And with peace, people are now moving back to the state. That's why you can even talk of the economy. From 9%, we've moved it in spite of our difficulties to about 12.5%. And this 12.5% is yet without the main market. People talk about the main market. When we came, the main market was not important to the past government. But I said I must be the main market. Right now we have finished the concession. In the next few weeks, they will do the demolition. It's not demolition of the entire market. They will demolish the part that was affected by the bomb blast. And after that, the contractors are coming to build this main market. At the time that we build this main market, of course, the revenue of the state will come back. There was no issuance of certificate of occupancy. We are not issuing certificate of occupancy. The pledges that was supposed to start a long time ago, we ensure we paid our counterpart fund, and pledges is now working. Lands allocations are effectively being given to people. In the agricultural sector, we are one of those in the state, in the nation, that the president has done a lot of focus. Yesterday, I just laid the foundation for teaching culture, for the preparation for the cultivation of potato, because it is the only state in Nigeria that is now preparing to start exporting potatoes. By the grace of God, by next year or before the end of this year, we'll produce. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Barrister Samuel Bakola, Long, Your Excellency. And we're now calling on the candidate for the Social Democratic Party, SDP, Mr. Godfrey Miri, to tell us how he will improve the IGR of Plateau State for fiscal sustainability. Thank you, sir. Sir, you may need to use the cordless microphone. You can have that.
Our biggest problem on the plateau is we have not been collecting tax. I will start by one. It is a law in this country that 10% of all rents that we pay goes to the federal government. Plateau has not been collecting it. Two, I will carry out a complete recertification of all lands on the plateau. The Commissioner of Lands and Survey, the current commissioner, gave a figure of 360,000 properties on the plateau, and only 60,000 have COOs. So the need for us to recertificate so that we get additional revenue, and the recertification would equally make the people of Plateau have collateral to access all these federal government intervention schemes. 2, 3. Contractors on the plateau come in and get 30% of our money and they go. And they never do anything. No social responsibility. I would introduce a 5% tax on all contractors who carry out any contract job on the plateau as social responsibility to the people of Plateau. 4, every professional in the state will follow the Lagos State system. Every professional in Plateau State will have to be certificated before you can practice on the plateau. Whether you're a teacher, an architect, a doctor, a pastor, anybody, you must be certificated before. That is what I believe must be the way forward. And it should be led by our religious leaders, the Christians, the Muslims. We should lead that effort so that Plateau can once more be a great state to live in.
Thank you very much. Mr. Samuel Kershik, our blending party. what do you do with the indicted people on the issues of crisis of the Plateau over the years?
Since it wasn't my government that indicted them, we will forgive them and build a new Plateau. But this time around, we will build a new Plateau on the rule of law. The rule of law that says no one is above the law. If you want to join hands with us to build Plateau, you are welcome. If you want to make trouble on the Plateau, we'll show you the way out of Plateau. Plateau is a very peaceful place from time immemorial, a home of refuge for many hundreds of years. And so one thing that we can do to consolidate on peace for the people of Plateau, which will eventually escalate to Nigeria, is to make sure that the rule of law finds a place to play, driven on a strong criminal justice system. I have opposed the fact that Africa does not need strong men, that she needs strong institutions. I reverse it. Africa needs strong men. We already have strong institutions. We need strong men to run those institutions, and we will do that.
Thank you very much. General Temlon.
One of the key pillars of democracy is the rule of law and availability of justice to everybody, whether high or low. The problem on the Plateau is that we have lived in self-denial, and I told you the narrative is wrong. Now, there are indictments, and like he said, a lot of them have died. But if those people who are alive have been a recurring decimal in the crisis in this thing, we'll hold them responsible. But those who have not been a recurring decimal will say, go and sin no more. But then, governance is all about making government available on the rule of law. These are governance issues, and we must take it seriously because the law is no respecter of human being or whoever it is. That's why that lady is blind. We will apply the rule of the law and apply the laws as they are, so that nobody, I repeat, nobody will take the laws into their hand and go free. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ladan.
We desire a government that will be based upon righteousness and justice. This is our watchword. This is what we look out for. What we have today is a justice system that is flawed, right from the top down to the bottom. And I took a very close look at funding of the Justice Department or Justice arm of the government, judiciary. I discovered that it is quite underfunded. So when you have a workforce that is not motivated, you are likely going to have about anything, because questions must be asked. What usually happens? Who interferes in our own personal issues? And we can see clearly that Plateau, there are a lot of interests on Plateau that are coming from outside. So I also believe that if you have been found wanting and you're still...
Thank you very much, Mr. Ladan. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. I think this is an aspect that is of most great concern to us. Peace is our cardinal policy to us. That's number one. And because of that, we've reached a point. And I mentioned the issue of establishment of the Peace and Conflict Agency. That is the long-term approach, but they are already working on permanent peace, and that's what we are thinking about. In addition to that, we are also working on the South African model. I've engaged consultants. They did a sample of it. When we invited the religious leaders, all of them came and were crying and forgiving themselves in that place. And I said, look, we must adopt the South African model. They have gone far. They've spent almost 2 or 3 months. I didn't tell anybody. They have almost concluded their job. And their recommendation is, as a result of that, we are coming to do the groundbreaking ceremony. And that groundbreaking ceremony, you will see what people will tell each other. And at the end of the day, we will establish peace centers, not only in George. Almost.
Thank you very much, sir. Let me just say this, that we have come to the end of the questions and the sessions. But we're here now rounding up this program, and we promised that we're going to give you, the candidates, each last minutes or few minutes to respond, to rather cap up your thoughts in general why people should vote you as the governor of Plateau State come March the 2nd this year. So we're going to start again, and I think we'll start again from alphabetically, and I'll start with Samuel Danalta Kiarshik of the All Blending Party. You have 2 minutes to round up your thoughts on why we should vote you.
Okay, thank you very much, Plateau people and Nigerians, for Plateau First. 2 mandates for the people of Plateau. The first mandate is to bring God back into government. The second mandate is to end poverty on the Plateau by operating government beyond subvention. I have 15 years of experience at the private sector. I run a food processing company. I run a recycling company. I have worked with drug addicts for many years. I know the problems of the poor people on the Plateau. We cannot be this poor when we are this very rich. Plateau needs a very bold leader who will confront the enemies of the state, who will look at the status and challenge it and maximize the economic potential for the Plateau people. I want a Plateau that we will not see women carrying yams on their head, trucking distances just to make profits of 200 or 300 naira. I want a Plateau devoid of drug addicts. I want a Plateau where civil servants above 65 will not be found in quarries breaking rocks with sledgehammers just to put food on the table. I want a Plateau where our young girls will have sanitary pads for free every other month. If condoms are for free, then sanitary pads should be given. I want a Plateau that will totally be independent of the federal subvention. I want a Plateau that will be a destination for Africans and all the people around the world. We have every potential on the Plateau. We have every human resources. We have everything we need to make Plateau that we want. In the order of J.D. Gomo, in the order of our founding fathers, I have come to you and say, I am bold, I am young, I am vibrant, I have the wherewithal, I have the education, and I want you to take me as your leader, and I will take you to the promised land. Vote the All Blending Party come the 2nd of March 2019, and Plateau will be great again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. General Temlon of the Action Democratic Party.
Thank you very much. The narrative now is that there is peace on the Plateau. We have IDPs, we have lands that have not been cleared. The narrative now is that Plateau is free. The narrative is false. The narrative is that Plateau does not have peace. Plateau is in a situation where our people are in IDP camps. I am here with the solution to the problems of the security. I come in as a national security consultant who has an unassailable details of what national security is all about. I am a practitioner, I am a teacher, and I'm a consultant. Plateau will have peace. Plateau will have sustainable peace. Plateau will have good governance under our administration. A government that will be based on righteousness, a government that will be just, a government that will be fair, a government that will be equitable, a government that will be transparent, and a government that will be accountable to the people, a government that will be people-centered, that will, from the beginning, policies will start from bottom to up, designing a national security strategy and architecture that will encompass the citizens, a citizen-based architecture, security architecture, a citizen-based governance. We will bring development to the floor of everybody, to the house of everybody. Once there is peace, once there is security, investors will come back. Our tourism industries will start flourishing. Our farms will start working. We will start adding values to our agricultural product. We will eliminate what the middlemen are doing. Plateau will be a safe place. #Plateau First. Vote John Temlon for governor in 2019 on the 2nd March, and Plateau will be safe. Plateau First. It's all about you. It's not about me. Plateau First.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Alex Ladan of the Alliance for New Nigeria.
Our inspiration and our aspiration is not an attempt to grab power and lord over the people. We are not in this because we want to change our status and drive big cars and long convoys. We are in this because we believe that Plateau deserves better. We are in this knowing very well that the common man on the street deserves the loyalty of the government and not just government demanding the loyalty of the people. We are in this already planning. We are not waiting until we get into government before we begin to wonder what to do. We already have it worked out. We are in this knowing very well that we don't have godfathers, and we're not going to run to Abuja to look for a godfather. We are in this because we believe that the people are our godfathers, and we believe that we have a God who is our Father. He is the God Almighty. I believe that Plateau deserves much more a man who will be able to listen to the people and be sensitive enough to know where God is going. And I say this at the risk of being misunderstood as being a very religious person, but I say this because this is who I am. We will be just to all. It doesn't matter where you come from, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a pagan. Our God demands that we be just to you. Whether we term you as an aggressor, whether we term you as one who has perpetrated evil against us. Plateau people, an invitation is being thrown at you today. I stand on behalf of the ANN family, a party that is unique with the lion logo. If you vote for this party, it is a personal invitation from me to come and be part of the process that affects you. It is a personal invitation for you to come and run for the office of the governor of Plateau State with me. Thank you so much. God bless Plateau State.
Thank you very much. Excuse me. His Excellency, Right Honorable Samuel Lalong of the All Progressive Congress.
3 years ago, I came here. And that 3 years ago, I made a promise. The Plateau people had trust. And they said, we trusted you with the administration. We had confidence, we had support. We suffered along. We had patience. Today, many of the things that were there are no longer there. That is the attribute of a good leader. I don't intend to move away from that attribute. We have given, we have been patient. As far as we are concerned, we've even reached, in spite of all the difficulties, we have gotten to about 70%. Remaining just 30%. With your patience, we'll get to that place, and Plateau will come back to the home of peace and tourism. And I must say that because usually we leaders, politicians will come to you and say, look, this is what we will do, this is what we will do. But I am saying this is what I have done. And I need to consolidate on it. And if you give me the opportunity, I will consolidate on it and I will do more. By the grace of God, the responsibility lies on you. The decision lies on you. If you are happy for it, please continue to vote for us so that you will be happier. If you are not happy, you know what to do. But my party will always remain with the same ideology. I have never changed and I can never be a changed man. The plight of the people is my responsibility. I assure you that after this time, I'm sure in the next 3 weeks, Plateau will be a new Plateau. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Social Democratic Party, Mr. Godfrey Miri.
The 2019 elections, it's about the future of our children. Plateau has gone through a lot. And the time has come for us as a people to put the fear of God first, to be just and fair to all. SDP is a party that believes that Plateau must unite in order for us to move forward. I have been a private sector man all my life. I have been able to create wealth, to create employment. And this is the experience that I want to bring to Plateau, to ensure that our youths who are idle today are given like we were given by our parents when we were growing up. Those of us who were 60 and above had it easy. We went to school free of charge. We were given allowances and scholarships. What of our children today? I believe if the people of Plateau vote SDP into power, the youth in me and my running mate who is a woman, you will find a father and a mother who are ready to listen to you, who are ready to mentor you. People of Plateau, do not be deceived by the big parties, by the money they shower. Come to us and we will make you successful young entrepreneurs and administrators as our parents do.
Thank you very much. This has been the Plateau Gubernatorial Debate 2019. You have heard the candidates of the All-Blended Party, Mr. Samuel Danhauta-Kiashik, Action Democratic Party, ADP, General John Temlong, retired, Alliance for New Nigeria, Mr. Alex Ladan, All Progressive Congress, Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bakola Long, and Social Democratic Party, Mr. Godfrey Miri. They all have said what they intend to do, and you know what to do when the time comes. The 2nd of March is the day, and I know you are anxiously waiting to do this. I crave the indulgence and also of the candidates to do this last one. It's like a tradition for us to do. We need for all of us to understand how you will take it. Now we're going to ask that question again. What is going to be our reaction to the outcome of the election if it doesn't favor you?
In 2015, when he won the elections, I booked an appointment to see him. And I said to him, you have won this election. I am a senior citizen in Plateau, and I am duty bound to give you the best advice I can. And I went over to him, sat down with him for 1.5 hours, and talked economics, the economic programs of this Plateau. So, that is to say, I am one who lives in Plateau. It's a competition. Anyone who wins should be able to have the next one because Plateau belongs to all of us.
Thank you. So you will concede. Thank you very much. All Progressive Congress, Right Honorable Barrister Samuel Bakola Long. What if the elections do not favor you on the 2nd of March this year?
I thank God that God has always been very faithful to me. Because this is about my 5th election. And I believe in God and I believe in His faithfulness. I've never lost election. Maybe if this is the first time, I will congratulate the winner. But I assure you that this election, from the turnout, is already won. But I will also use that opportunity. I will use the opportunity to embrace this time all those who contested. If I had left anybody out, please, I ask for forgiveness. If we have erred in any way, I ask for forgiveness. Plateau will be better. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Alex Ladan of the Alliance for New Nigeria. How would you react to the elections if it doesn't favor you?
I think I have a piece of information to His Excellency that the person that will beat you is seated right to your right hand. And by the grace of God, Plato's interest is what we put forward. It is not about us. It is about the development and progress of Plateau. And we mean it from the bottom of our hearts. This is not a do or die affair. If, for any reasons, we're able to figure that irregularities were carried out against us, we will resort to the law and pursue that peacefully without any rancor. And I use this opportunity to call on all our supporters. Please put the interest of Plateau State above your own personal interest. Thank you and God bless Plateau.
Thank you very much, sir. General John Temlong of the Action Democratic Party.
Our slogan is already Plateau first. It's all about Plateau. It's not about you, but it's about Plateau. What I urge the umpire is that they should not subvert the will of the people. Allow the will of the people and let the votes count. Let the elections be transparent. In that way, even when you have a winner, if you are not even the winner, you'll be proud to call the winner and wish him well. But once the system or the process is subverted, you know he's not standing on the right pedestal. I wish and I pray that the will and the wish of the Plateau people will prevail. I will accept the result. It's not a do or die. It's about Plateau. And it is about Plateau first, not John Temlong or his family or any friend of mine. It's Plateau first. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Samuel Otakiashi of the All Blending Party.
I was part of the DREP Peace Accord meeting, and my party, under this leadership, have signed an agreement that we will accept the result of the election. I believe the election is going to be free and fair. I believe the people's vote will count. I believe that this time around what has never happened in Nigeria will happen. I'm a Christian and I walk with my faith. Daniel chapter 4 verse 25 says that God rules in the affairs of men and he gives the power to whoever he wishes. And that is my watchword towards the result of the election. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the march that we have for the Plateau Gubernatorial Debate 2019. And you heard it from the candidates presented here: All Blending Party, Action Democratic Party, Alliance for New Nigeria, All Progressive Congress, and Social Democratic Party. You will know what to do when the time comes. And this is a wonderful moment for us to say thank you for coming into the studio audience, and also those of you that have watched us live on PRTV, channels 29, and also on 113 Star Times, and our radio station Peace FM 90.5, KTFM 103.9, Highland FM 101.5, People's TV, thank you very much, and Tin City FM 104.3, and all the people that came, our YouTube channels, Plateau Debate Group. We also acknowledge all the sent in their messages. We had over 100 but we know for the want of time we couldn't take all of them, but we thank you for being responsive and being part of this debate. We'd like to thank also the interpreters for the hearing impaired, Zinji Agama, Nan-E Danladi. Thank you very much. And the timekeeper that we have, Hanan Nga. Thank you very much for all the support that you gave. And all our supporters, including Anista and Reed, Felix Music and Sound, who gave us the public address system that we today. Thank you very much for this. We'd like to also thank all our partners. There are quite a number of you. We may not be able to mention all of them at this time, but we thank you very much. We believe you will be with us. We put up another debate again. This is where it is. We'll end this particular program. We thank all the people that listened, watched, contributed, and are in support of what is happening for a better Plateau. We will do this thing again, and by the grace of God, after the 2nd of March, all of us will be proud that we took part in this, that helps people make a decision.
Organized by the Plateau Debate Group. For details, follow us on our social media platforms at Plateau Debate on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Powered by Plateau Gubernatorial Debate. Get involved in the democratic process.